I had a little laugh at it, so I want to share. First of all, I have to file something for the government, and then I follow through, and I figured out they have a way that I can just put everything in, and online everything can be done. And I hit it, and it came back by saying it's not finished or something like that. And on the side is that I can talk with the chatbot. So I explained, I filled up everything and it said it cannot be done. What's the reason? And the chatbot said, sorry, it's not working yet. It takes 2 more years before we'll finish it. Hopefully by the end of this year or something like that. This is California government agency. So then I have to write it down, have a copy of it, and I go to the post office, mail it, and have to have a stamp because this is an important government document. So instead of the online, I have to do that. Okay, so I accepted. So I went up and then picked up some of the leaves to eat. This is the pumpkin leaves I eat. There are many of them. And then I came back thinking that, okay, this is the case like in the Taoism, when there's the boat with nobody coming down and it hits you, you don't get upset. But if there's a boat with someone in it and it hits you, then you get some kind of a, argument or something like that. Why do you do that? What are you thinking? The other story is a story of the Hanetsurube. That's there's a weight and the long stem, the stick, to pick up the water and just to pump the water from one level to the other level. This is way back, maybe 2,000 years ago. The story from Lao Tzu or Chan Tzu. And someone said, why don't you use this? And the guy said that, no, I don't need it. It's too complex or something like that. So that's the reminder of this same story that the situation is different, 3,000, 2,000 years ago and now. But with online, I have the problem. And if there's none of that manual process and the life is simple, it's better. So Taoist idea is just go with the way of nature and don't be bothered to advance to the next level of whatever you can do. And then later I had a phone call coming back and I couldn't figure out, and I was concerned, so I tried to see the other phone, maybe this one. No, I couldn't find out. And then I start to laugh. This is what it is. So what I understood and laughed at is that when we are a little kid, we learn the skill of how to live in the society. And each of the experience has something that you have to learn. To the right, to the left, this is going this way and that way. So all the protocol, it's kind of like a bureaucracy, but the logic necessary to live in the society. So that's what we have learned. So I'm 77 years old almost. And I have this trouble with this iPhone as much as this filling up the online thing. So in essence, I'm the same young little kid. And that's what I thought. Okay, this is what the civilization is. And I'm learning. I was learning at the young age. I'm learning at the old age the same way. Nothing has changed. So nature's way, that's so attractive. But we may not like it if you have to do all the labor work. But, that's the point of the middle way. How much you want to access those advanced and how much of those traditional and you feel comfortable to do. So Lao Tzu and Chan Tzu is Taoism. And then later, I believe, Confucius popped up. And his view is more in relation to the world, the society, how to deal with it. But in essence, this whole thing is the same story of someone or the human being, little baby and growing and learning how to do live in this world. That happened way back 2,000-3,000 years ago. And right now it's happening. The kids the same and the adults the same that we have. The environment is different, but that's what we have to do. So if there's a problem, accept, understand what's the story of the history of human development. And we are still the same. We have a choice of going backward like Shan Tzu and Lao Tzu, the Taoist way of living with nature without much of all the frills, computer and everything, simple life. The other one is move on and hit your head, working on the online, going down to the post office, do this, do that. That's human life. The history continues. We have to go through this. Or we have a choice to laugh at it and move on. It's obvious, right? But that's the reason I think Osono from Myokonin said, what a waste I had in my life. That's so enlightening. I'm ready to die probably after going through this over and over. And we are still like moving on, and the hill is there. And there's a Greek mythology, I think. The guy is climbing up, and then they roll up the rock, and the rock rolls down, and they have to get this rock going up and up, and going back and forth, back and forth. Accept it, have a calm and quiet mind, do whatever is needed for my own sake and for the society's sake. If it's suffering, go suffering and go over, or find a way. Just relax and find your own space and connect it to the root. Breathe in and breathe out. Let me know what you think. Maybe not much to talk. All the effort, all the progression. We are climbing up the hill, and the hill continues. And sometimes we fall through the crack and get injured and still come back. Like a kid's doing, at the old age you're still doing. Concerned about the world going crazy. But you can have a rest, enjoy your time, balance out human life. Yet, as I said, this is a miracle that we can experience this. So let's have a positive attitude and move on. And pick the hill, not the steep one, somewhat moderate, and with some scenery and drinking coffee, tea, looking around, listening to cicada, and hoping the world will be better. Little thought this morning.